Hey everyone, it's Sammy. This is going to be a video about how to get ready to do somebody's bridal makeup. So I'm going to go through in detail the kit that I pack. I have to say that, sometimes it does change because, my tastes changed. I fall in love with different products, but this is really kind of like the basic kit that I pack for doing bridal makeup. So this video really is aimed at aspiring makeup artists if you're doing your first kind of bridal season, or if you're doing a friend's makeup at a wedding. So not everybody will obviously hire a professional makeup artist. You might be doing your friend's wedding. So things that you should pay attention to, and also, anybody else that's curious about what goes on before a wedding, like how do you prepare for something like this? I personally, I love doing weddings. I feel very, very privileged to be part of somebody's wedding day. It's just, it is one of the most important days in a woman's life. So for me, it is a huge privilege, and I've met some amazing, amazing women through doing bridal makeup. And I think it's part of, well, obviously the biggest part of it is makeup, but it's also, a lot of it has to do with you and how you are as well. Sometimes brides can be nervous, so you need to be kind of like the calming influence. And also it's very, very important that you communicate very well. I tend to do a lot of emails beforehand with pictures, because if somebody describes like, for example, a smoky eye or something, my smoky eye might be different to theirs, so theirs might be super light or it might be super dark. So it's really good to communicate with pictures ahead of time so that you know exactly what the bride wants, and then obviously you alter it to suit her her wedding, her complexion, everything around. And also, if possible, I love to have a trial, because then that way we can try out things and also get a chance to meet before the actual big day, which can be quite hectic. There's a lot going on. So if you do get a chance to do a trial, please do, and document everything in a face chart or take pictures, because you won't necessarily remember the products that you used on the day, so that when it comes to the actual day, you're completely prepared and you're ready, and kind of just you can just get started with the makeup. So I'm gonna talk about things like timing. Always bring a watch with you. And also things that I like to wear, because inevitably you end up in some bridal photos. So if you're doing a big wedding, makeup for a big wedding, you end up in the background doing the bride's makeup, because a lot of brides do like some getting ready photos. So things that I wear and don't wear and why, and also just tiny little details like your nails. Well, actually, now that I'm showing them, I might as well talk about them. I learned this the hard way. Always make sure your manicure is fresh and make it quite neutral. This is Chanel's Ming. I love it. It has a little bit of a pinky tone to it. And this the reason why I really kind of pay attention to my nails now, I saw a beautiful picture of one of the brides that I had done. The photographer had done an amazing job, and the only thing that was wrong with it was mine slightly chipped, kind of dark burgundy nail. And it really kind of, for me, was, I just hated the fact that my nails ruined the shot. Well, at least for me, it ruined the shot. So I really kind of stick to neutrals or pale pinks, so that it doesn't clash with anything at all, and so that the photos of a bride getting ready still look good. But first, the most important, so I'm going to talk you through my whole kit and show you all the products that I currently have in my kit. Also, just a quick word about jewelry. I do tend to wear earrings, and if I wear a necklace, I try and stick to small necklaces, because you will be bending over a lot, especially if you're working in a hotel room where there isn't like a bar stool, or if you don't bring your own kind of foldable bar stool, you will be bending over a lot. So big necklaces will kind of like just be annoying, as are scarves or long necklaces. So short and small necklaces are fine. Rings are fine. I'm not actually wearing any right now. Like I said before, always bring a watch. You need to keep your eye on the time, because often it'll take a little bit longer than you think, because if you're doing the bride's makeup, there will be mother of bride coming in. She'll want to look at the flowers. People want to talk to her. So you don't necessarily get like uninterrupted time with her, or someone will be doing her hair at the same time. So plan for a little bit longer than you think it actually will take, because there are distractions. You don't usually get like completely uninterrupted one-on-one time with a bride. Yes, so always wear a watch. I usually plan for an hour for a bride's makeup, which is way too much because in general, if I was just doing the makeup, it would take 30 minutes to 45 minutes tops, like absolutely tops. But because of these distractions, you do need more time. Back to jewelry, other jewelry. I do wear bracelets. I actually wear these bracelets quite a lot because these are by my friend Teresa from Beauty for Everyday. I'll put a link to her channel below. She sent these to me in a swap. I think it was last summer. Yeah, probably last summer. But bracelets that are very, very light and also that are not metal, so they're not clanging together too much. I mean, there's a little bit of noise when these move, but not too much. I also recently bought some Buddha Girl bracelets. I'll show them with one of the outfits that I'll show you what I like to wear for weddings. And they're brilliant because they're very light and there isn't too much kind of sound going on. But yeah, I'll talk about the rest of the kind of outfit things when after I go through the kit, because the kit is obviously the most important thing. So let's start with the kit. So I'm going to start with the basics. So Zuca comes with all of these cases, and my first one is kind of skincare. That this is the one I always take with me, no matter what job I do. So first thing is first, I always have my Bioderma. There's nowhere that I would go to do bridal makeup without this. And I always pack this. And also cotton, just cotton. Q-tips, I have a couple of different sizes in here. Then in this little case, I have things like lip balm. This is Kiehl's lip balm #1. I have the Embryolisse eye contour cream. I also have a depuffer by Kiehl's. Excellent for brides that haven't slept very much. Then I have Vaseline. You always need Vaseline. I've got some body lotion, hand sanitizer. Always need that. This one is excellent. This is from Korea. This is actually to kind of like to put the fringe, push the fringe back, bangs back, but it doesn't leave like a mark on the hair. And a little razor to shave off any eyebrows. Also a little pin. Tons of different ways to have fresh breath, or not tons of different ways. A couple of dropped ones, a fresh breath spray. I don't like chewing gum when I'm doing makeup. I don't think it's very hygienic. Another lip balm, and also Makeup Forever Sensi Eyes, which is another makeup remover that I absolutely love. So I always carry this with me as well. Let's just put these back. Then in here I have Huile Prodigieuse by Nuxe, which is amazing for arms and décolletage and stuff like that. So I decant it in here because it actually comes in a glass bottle. I don't want to carry glass bottles around if I don't have to. They're heavy and they break. So this is beautiful. Embryolisse, of course, never go anywhere without it. And then I also have a MAC Oil Control Lotion, which is beautiful moisturizer if your skin is oilier. Then I have isopropyl alcohol for on-the-go cleaning and disinfecting. My small size of Fix Plus. Then I have, actually I normally have a third one here as well. Laura Mercier Radiance Primer, Laura Mercier Oil-Free Primer, and then also YSL Matte Touch. I like to use this on men if I'm kind of doing the groom as well. This is excellent. Or if somebody's got really, really oily skin, I do like this as well. And a beauty blender. Then always a box of tissues. I go through so many boxes. It's unreal. And also almost out of these wet wipes. Always bring some. Then these are just things that I keep in the side pocket of my Zuca, so I just dug them out. A nude nail polish. This is SC Starter Wife, and a quick dry top coat, because you never know when you're going to need it. Somebody hasn't done their nails. And a little nail file. And these are just blotting tissues by DHC. It's a Japanese brand and they're excellent. So always have those. Then for the face, I am going to show you the foundations first. So in general, for bridal, I will know the general coloring of the bride. So I customize the colors that I bring with me, because otherwise it would just be impossible. But I do bring different textures with me. So I always bring, these are just decanted, MAC face and bodies. These are the newer small ones. MAC face and bodies in both N and C. The brides will tell you what they think they are often, but it's better to bring too many. And also if you're doing bridesmaids and such, it's good to have that. So MAC face and body. Then I also always bring Makeup Forever matte velvets for anyone with oily skin. Amazing. And one of my favorites, Laura Mercier Silk Cream. So a selection of those colors. And then also these are Ilamasca Skin Bases, which is a new favorite. So I tend to, those are the foundations that I usually bring. I usually bring two powders, the Laura Mercier, the basic translucent powder. Recently I've been bringing Ishiko powder as well to use under the eyes. It's an HD powder that does not flash back, really, really important. Also, what's really, really important is none of the foundations that I bring have an SPF on it, so very important for your brides. Then I will show you concealers. Oh, strobe cream, I always have a small size of strobe cream because I can mix it with pretty much any of the foundations. Concealers I bring a lot. These are actually foundations. This is a Vichy Derma Blend Corrective Foundation. I use these as concealers. They are so cost effective, amazing, amazing concealers. They blend. I would never use this really as a foundation at a wedding, but they are great concealers and they stay in place. One thing that's really important when you're doing somebody's bridal makeup is that it stays for a very long time. It's a long day and you don't want the pictures at the end of the evening to be, you know, the foundation has disappeared. Oh, I forgot one foundation. I also bring the Craftobian HD palette. I'm just going to show that. This is in the warm tones. The warm tones will cover most people. These are excellent and you can really sheer them out and you can do a lot of contouring with this palette as well. Now, for concealers, I always carry my Dermacolor. There's 3 different Dermacolor palettes, light, medium, and dark. This is the medium one because I know my bride's general coloring. So these are excellent, not for under the eyes, but for kind of covering blemishes. And I also bring a Makeup Forever corrector palette. Then for under the eyes, I have a selection. I usually bring 2 Makeup Forevers. These are lift concealers for under the eyes. They stay put very well. Armani corrector and concealer. A couple of the By Terry Touche Velouté concealers in 1 and 2. Well, in 3 if it's somebody with darker complexion. And then I have recently been trying this out, not only on myself, but also on clients, because I love it on myself. And if I'm happy with it, I'm going to be investing a lot more of these. So this is the Radiant Creamy Concealer by NARS, and it seems to stay in place very, very well. And last but not least, this is the Bare Minerals, what is it called? Well Rested. Now this is meant to be an under eye concealer. I don't use it for that. I use it for the outer corner of the eyes and just under the brow bone, and it gives a beautiful highlight without it looking highlighted at all. So next on to the lips and face. I've got a whole host. I'm not going to go through every single lip liner. I have a huge amount of lip liners that I bring with me. But again, these tend to be more geared towards kind of like the neutral, a couple of brighter pinks, but a lot of bridal lips are not, you know, black or green or anything like that. So a lot of lip liners and a pencil sharpener in there as well. I don't actually bring a lot of glosses. I bring a couple of glosses, because if somebody just wants gloss, but most of the time for bridal lips, I either don't use gloss or I just use a very neutral one on top, which I tend more, 9 times out of 10 it ends up being the Lip Maximizer by Dior. I bring a couple of Chanel glosses in case, you know, you just want gloss, but because most bridal looks are not just about gloss, these tend to be more for the bridesmaids. I don't really bring that many at all. Then my lipsticks. I don't bring any individual lipsticks. I bring 2 Japanese palettes. One is divided into reds and berries, and then peaches. And the other one is, which for bridal work is the more common one. These are all the nudes and pinks. So I don't have time to open tons of kind of individual lipsticks. So the palettes are amazing. And as you can see, they're all kind of labeled. So because after you do a bridal trial, I always list all the products that I use and also do a face chart on the trial. So it's really important to know exactly what colors are called. Then we're going to go on to blushes. So I bring this one I've put together specifically for bridal work. So it has 4 blushes and a highlight and a contour. And I haven't listed. Oh no, that's really bad. I just switched. Recently switched to this new format palette, and I haven't listed them. I believe this is Melba Peach Stock. Oh, I forget what that is. That's probably Dolly Mix, and that's Emphasize, and that is a sculpting powder. So with this kind of palette, I tend to do most of the work. Now, but of course, not everything. So I always bring a couple of cream blushes along. This is Max Casual Color in Have a Lovely Day. Beautiful. I tend to layer blushes. And then also this one, surprisingly enough, I love NYX cream blushes. This is in Natural. Absolutely fantastic. And then a slightly more shocking pink. This is Bobbi Brown's Pale Pink. Amazing, amazing color as well. And I don't bring many individual blushes, but these 3 are blushes that I love so much that, and they're not MAC, so I do bring them. This is Illamasqua's Naked Rose. Love, love, love it. It's so flattering on so many people. NARS Douceur. I cannot speak highly enough of this blush. Use it so much. And also NARS Deep Throat. Again, another very universally flattering color. Then you don't tend to do much bronzing, and I know that the bride that I'm going to be doing, she's got quite pale skin, so I am bringing actually 2 MAC Mineralized Skin Finishes. This is in medium dark and medium, so I'm bringing them along because for bridal, it's not that common to go for a very bronze look unless the bride is already quite bronzed. So, well, at least over here in Paris, I'm not sure about elsewhere. And then also I bring my Dior Nude Tan, which is amazing on anybody with kind of paler skin tones. And then I bring some highlighters. Well, actually the Tom Ford one, this is Contour and Highlight, Shade and Illuminate in number 1. Illamasqua's Gleam in Aurora, amazing highlighter. Shuamura Pale Peach, which is a powder highlighter, so flattering. This is great for hot days or brides with very oily skin when you don't want to add more kind of cream products. So I love it for that. And then also 2, which ones are these? Hush and Luna cream color bases. Again, this one is completely white. Well, not white, but very, very, very pale. And that one, Hush, is more champagne-y. So that is my lips and cheeks. So then the eyes, my first little case is mascaras and also eyeshadow primer. I bring the Too Faced Shadow Insurance, works for everybody. Then a bunch of mascaras. I bring the Clinique, hold on, I always forget the name, High Impact Curling Mascara. Excellent for brides because it is tear proof and sweat proof but comes off easily. fantastic product. And their lower lash mascara is kind of like the same formulation, so amazing. Those two by Clinique are always in my kit. This is the falsies in waterproof for certain brides that either don't want that or also because it's such a great product. This is for, I always bring along a couple of other mascaras. This is Maybelline's Colossal Volume Express, and this is also the CoverGirl, what is it called? Clump Crushers. Now the reason why I bring this is actually a brown black, so it's very neutral if you need kind of a slightly less impact type mascara. Then I bring Lash Fibers. These are by Model & Co. Then I bring Brow Set by MAC and Clear. This is Beguiled. And what is the name of this color? I seldom use it. I shouldn't really carry it off. Show Off. I use the Clear most of all. Then I bring individual mascara ones and my Shu Uemura lash curler. Now the mascaras in here, you know, I change around a little bit depending on where I'm going and what I'm liking at the moment, but that's basically what I normally bring with that. Again, lots of lip pencils, eye pencils. Not going to go through all of the eye pencils, but there is a sharpener here as well. You can never have too many sharpeners with you, just in case. But yeah, there's like eyeliners, some caviar sticks by Laura Mercier that I love. But yeah, there's a lot of different colors. You can never have too many. You never know which one you want to use. This is probably one of my most used little pouches. So this is Paint Pots and Ilamasca's cream colored pigment. So I bring Delirium and Hollow. These are for eyes and for contouring on lighter skin tones. Then the paint pots I bring are MAC Soft Ochre Groundwork and Black Ground. And then I also bring Toughest Taupe Maybelline Color Tattoo. I go through so many of those. It's an amazing color. Then I bring some Laura Mercier brow, what are they called? Brow definers in 3 different colors. I don't actually think she does more than 3 different colors. They're excellent when I hurry. And then I just bring 3 liners because in general, you're not going for a really kind of bright line. So I'm going for, I bring Black Track, I bring Dip Down, and then I bring the number 5 from Makeup Forever, which is a plum purple type color. Now, usually you don't go for crazy liner at all in weddings, and I also stay away from liners with shimmer because they don't photograph that well. Speaking of shimmers and mattes, it's something you do need to pay attention to when you're doing makeup for photography. So like, for example, I don't have my paint pots with more of a shimmery finish in here because it just doesn't, for photography, you have to place the shimmer quite carefully, not do an all over shimmer. It just doesn't photograph that well. Then I've got my MAC palette of eyebrow colors. Let's see if I can remember. No, I can't. So that's Amiga, Charcoal Brown, I think that's Concrete. Yes, Concrete and Brune. And with this palette, I can do almost any brow, unless you have black eyebrows and very dark skin, then I reach for typographic or carbon. And then I showed this palette already in my bridal tutorial. So this is a Bobbi Brown palette of probably the most used bridal colors that I use when I go. And I can pretty much do anybody's bridal eye makeup with this. However, I still bring 3 different MAC palettes. These are a staple in my kit, so wherever I go, whether I'm doing brides or editorial fashion or anything, I always bring these 3 because you can switch other stuff around, but I feel like these are my basics. So I've got 1 palette of warm tones, and this is just broke in my last job, so I need to replace it with the new one, which is a pain because I have to rename everything. So this is warm tones. I'm not going to go through every single color that I put in here, but there's lighter ones and then darker ones. This is my kind of cool tones palette, so more pinks, charcoals, and just a couple of cooler tone browns, and then just kind of like almost white. This is actually Mylar and Carbon and a mid-gray. And then I do bring my brides. I seldom use this in kind of bridal makeup, but I do use a couple of the colors. I use MUA silk quite a lot. I also use, if I'm doing like a golden highlight, I might use amber lights, or I might use expensive pink. And then I end up using contrast sometimes as well. Also, this color, the red brick, is actually an amazing transition color, used very, very, very lightly. So yeah, I bring these along. Then for eyelashes, I bring a little pouch of eyelashes that I replenish. So I kind of stock a lot of different weights of eyelashes, I would say. I'm just gonna get some of them out here for you. And also eyelash glue. So I bring a Schumacher glue. I've got a duo glue, and then I bring blunt tweezers to apply eyelashes with, scissors to cut them into size, and manicure sticks, because applying lash glue with these is genius. And ooh, it's a good thing I'm showing you this now. And I always have lots of the little vials of glue, because I give them along to the brides in case, you know, Auntie Beryl just hugs you too hard and your lashes kind of come undone a little bit, or you rub your eyes, whatever. It's good to have like those individual little glues. So, and then there is the brush belt. Now, I'm not gonna name every single brush that I bring along, and they do change as well depending on what I like to use. But in general, I have my face brushes on the top row and eye brushes on the second one. This belt is by MAC, and I kind of organize them so that there's foundation brushes I like to buff in foundation with. This is highlighter, concealer, and contour. These I use a lot for contour. And then two large powder, small powder, and then two cheek brushes. And then for eyes, cream products and highlights, basic 239s and 217s, more outer V kind of. Then specialty brushes and pencil brushes, liner brushes, eyebrow brushes, and lip brushes. And then I have some powder puffs. And business cards. Always carry business cards with you. You never know when you're going to need it. Oh, and a spoolie. So, first outfit is super, super simple, not very dressy. So I'm wearing a black kind of tunic dress from H&M, black leggings from Zadek and Voltaire, and they've got cute little zippers, and also flat sandals by Sam Edelman. These are from last summer, and they're called the Gingers. Now, a couple of things about this outfit that are convenient and fantastic for a wedding. So because everything is very stretchy, so it's easy enough for you to kind of kneel down, bend over, do stuff, because you will be kind of going back and forth and down into your kit and unpacking stuff. So it's very important to do that. Very important, because you often end up kind of working a little bit like this, or actually this is very funny, but I'll show you anyways. You end up kind of spreading your legs so that you're lower and you get better balance, and you're kind of working on somebody. And so high neckline, very important for obvious reasons. So, you know, the bride doesn't have to stare at your cleavage the whole time. And also, I like to stay away from pattern. I'll wear, this outfit is black, of course. I'll show you some other colors. But I don't want a busy pattern to be in the background in the picture. So for me, that's really kind of important. So this is the second outfit. So pants, these are super, super comfortable. They're actually dark blue ski pants from COS. I love them. I've kind of cuffed them a few times. And also they have like cute, very 60s style zipper in the back that I love. And these are so comfortable. And again, you're free to move around. Not too tight, and also not too low waisted, because you will be bending over, so high waisted is better. This is actually an all COS outfit apart from the bangles. The top is also from COS. The same thing with the sleeves, because I always, if I wear long sleeves, I just end up bunching them up like this anyway, so might as well buy them. I really like COS for kind of like the trendy outfits. They always have a nod to the 60s, but also kind of, they're nice and tidy, but not too dressy, if you know what I mean. It strikes a nice balance. Also, the ballerinas are nude from COS, but they're not this season. The pants and the top is, but the ballerinas are last summer or even last winter, not sure. And I mentioned these before. These are the Buddha Girl bangles. Amazing. They're so light and they don't make sound when you wear them. So it's brilliant because it will start to get annoying for you and the person you're doing makeup on. And yeah, I do sometimes wear rings. They don't really get in the way in the same way as, for example, bangles would. But yeah, so this is the second outfit and I'll show you one more. So first things first, I have to apologize for my really, really pale legs. I haven't done any fake tan at all, so they're super pale, but that's kind of the color they normally are without any tan, so sorry about that. But anyways, moving on to the outfit. So I wear a lot of skirts, and always make sure they're long enough. So this is about as short as I can go, so it just shows my knees. I like maxis as well, and also pencil skirts that I wear a lot, because you will be bending over and doing a lot of that. So unless you've got very thick tights on, sorry about that, unless you've got very thick tights on, no good. This skirt is from XOXo again. I buy a lot of work clothes from there. The top is 2812, the Sienna Miller's line. And I like it because I like this type of sleeve, kind of batwing sleeve, but often you end up showing part of your, like, the side bra and stuff, side boob, side bra. This is cut just so that you can lift your arms and kind of nothing happens. And my ballerinas are my favorite part of the outfit. They're by Marc Jacobs. I Instagrammed a picture of them a couple of days ago, and they're that kind of the cat face ballerina with studs, and I absolutely love them. And again, like I mentioned before, the necklace is short so that it's not going to kind of sweep into the makeup when you're doing makeup and when you're kind of bending over and getting stuff. So thank you so much for watching. If you're an aspiring makeup artist doing kind of your first bridal season, or if you're just doing a friend's makeup, please feel free to ask me anything. I'd love to kind of talk about my experiences with weddings. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!